Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to one of my absolute favorite games of the last however long it is that I've been doing this, Signs of the Sojourner, which is something that I have been meaning to get back to for a really long time, and I've been thinking about it more and more over the last couple of weeks. I've decided, you know what, this is it, this is our moment. Let's go back here and play some more. We might do another playthrough, we might do another two, who knows. There is definitely plenty of stuff that I did not see the first time. Also, my memory is really bad, and I will not remember many of the things that we did see the first time. And also, I know that they did an update in which they added more characters after the last time we played it. So that is for sure a bunch of stuff that we never saw. So there's plenty here yet to explore, and also, I just really like the vibe. So there, that, without further ado, that is why we are doing it, that is what we are here to do, and let us go to it. The worst fight you and Elias ever had was over a strange locket in Mom's desk. Curiosity got the best of you, but Elias was afraid of getting in trouble. Oh, your mom has collected so much cool stuff in here. How many towns has she visited now? So this is the core of the game. This is a game about talking to people. It is a game about conversation. And the conversations that you have with people are mostly represented abstractly by this card playing mechanic. What you want to do is drag a card into the leftmost open slot such that you match the symbol on the left of that card to the rightmost symbol on the card left of it. You're just trying to match up, carry forth the vibe, continue the flow. It doesn't sound like much, but I know from lots of experience, this can be very difficult to do in real life. I have a real hard time talking to strangers and sometimes even people that I'm very familiar with. Completing a sequence will earn us a white mark. A mismatch will earn a black mark. When all of the white marks or black marks have been earned, the conversation will end. So we can have sort of a if we hit all the black marks, we can have sort of a contentious ending, and if we hit all the white marks, we can have sort of a harmonious ending in which we agree in some way. And a thing that I really like about this game is that it's not just pass-fail. Sometimes the harmonious ending is not actually the thing that you should do or the thing that you really want to do, and you have to stay more aware than that, and I really appreciate that. You will see some examples of this as we go on. Let's play Caravaneers, just like her. You be the driver, I'll be the navigator. Wait, hang on. You shouldn't look in her desk. She's gonna be mad. Is that a locket? I've never seen your mom wear a locket. So we're gonna try to just get along here. Oh. Elias ain't having it. Hey, you're not listening. We shouldn't be snooping. Well, unfortunately, that leaves us in a little bit of an awkward spot. And I really like the fact that the symbols have a sort of like a vague flavor to them, a vague abstracted flavor to them. And you'll see how that sort of like interplays with the personalities of the different characters we come across. I think the design of this thing is really, really brilliant. Why do you always drag me into stuff like this? Put it back before we get caught. That fight could have only ended how it did. You and Elias were too stubborn. Sometimes, Mom said, some stances deserve defense. But that time, she stepped in to mediate. You two, what are you doing in here? I'll need to leave soon. The caravan's almost here. Come say goodbye. What are you even fighting about? And see, our mom is very forgiving. It would be difficult to black mark this conversation all the way out. I am sort of curious what happens if we do it on purpose, but also we literally do not have the option. It's okay to not always understand each other. One miscommunication doesn't have to end a friendship. Let me help you figure this out. If you get a little lost, think about how he's reacted in the past, how you've been able to connect and get past your differences. When you and the other person each play one card together, connecting 4 symbols of the same type in a row, you generate an accord. Then if you mismatch after an accord, instead of erasing the row and creating a black mark, it just erases your progress back to the accord, and you can still try to push forward from there. Although it's not going to let me do that. I assume... Nope. Okay, I thought she was maybe going to play a card that demonstrated it a little bit. Not all disagreements have to be the end of your friendship. Listen to each other. See if you can find common ground. You'd think back on that fight years later, after Mom passed on, when you and Elias had to rely on each other all the more. And here we are, 15 years later, in approximately the present. It's your first time back inside Mom's old store since the funeral. All told, she didn't leave much. She was always on the road, and what she brought back sold fast. Elias runs his hand down an empty shelf before clearing his throat. You feel it too, don't you? The weirdness of being in here without your mom? I can't seem to wrap my head around her being gone. My bad, now I'm the one making things weird. No, dude, I think we're both kind of going through it. It's cool. So, I kind of want to save, to approach this as a strategy game for any amount of time at all. I feel like I kind of want to save my next double for generating an accord at some point in the future here. Yeah, you're right. She wouldn't want us to dwell. I gotta cheer up. After all, she always looked so pleased when she was here. Making people smile, giving them samples of cool new stuff, even if they were broke. And I think it might have just been her favorite place. She'd be so happy to see the two of us taking over the store like this. You out there on the open road, and me, keeping an eye on things here, which is totally just as exciting. And not that I mind, of course. Being stuck out there in the caravan would drive me crazy. So this will create an accord if Elias matches with anything that has a circle on the left, right? Or would it have to be a circle all the way to the right side? Because it would have connected 4 in a row anyway. I don't know. I don't remember. Perhaps we will find out at some point. Oh, there's the caravan now, right on schedule. The leader, Nadine, runs a tight ship, but I don't trust her. I hear she's planning to drop the town from the caravan route. That'd be real bad for Bartow. Hey, while you're out there, maybe you can change her mind. I think that sounds like a pretty good plan. Oh, he's got an accommodate, which just is the same card that is to the left of it. Obviously quite powerful for generating accords. Here, I'll be logical and diplomatic about this. No matter what, you're gonna do great. I bet you'll come back with a bunch of cool stuff. You packed everything you need, right? Socks? If the truck breaks down out there and you don't have socks, it's all over. Don't worry about this place. It's in good hands. You just take care of yourself out there. You'll miss Elias too, and wish you didn't have to leave so soon. You've planned this trip for a while, but it only started to feel real in the last few hours. The store needs 3 new products. So after you have an interaction with somebody, you sort of like can't help but integrate something of that interaction into yourself, which I think is a really clever way of representing the way that our experiences with people modify us, sometimes for the better and sometimes, otherwise. I think it definitely makes a lot of sense to pick up and accommodate, and we can afford to drop one of these. The accommodate's almost strictly better. Well, that's maybe overstating it, but it's still a very good card. And Crow knows I am nothing conversationally, if not accommodating. I have an extremely hard time taking up space. So home is Bartow. Quiet enough to hear the grasshoppers rub their wings together at dawn and the crickets at dusk. You know the name, nickname, and favorite color of every person in town. It is past time to leave for a spell. So let's have some words with Nadine, who is mostly triangles and circles herself. Almost a dozen vehicles sputter down Bartow's dirt roads. Their engines once signaled Mom's imminent departure, as well as her return. Nadine, sitting on the running board of her truck cab, gestures for your attention. I trust you have sufficient provisions for the route. Our first stop will be Pachenko, the artist colony. Be alert. Reptiles cross Thunder Lizard Road to their heart's content. You don't want guts on your windshield. Nadine is full of useful information, and I definitely remember trying really hard to stay on her good side and stick with the caravan last time. We'll see if I feel like that's still the right move this time. My condolences for your loss. Your mom and I had our differences, but I respected her all the same. Before the caravan heads out, we need to talk. Unless you turn this store around and keep it well stocked, the caravan will have to drop Bartow from the route. I really think that would be, it would just be super swell if you did not, in fact, do that. Okay, that's fine. I think we can carry over an accord into the next phase of the conversation. Let's double check that. Without the store in good shape, it doesn't make sense for the caravan to stop here. Awful waste of resources. And I probably don't have to spell it out that this would be bad for Bartow. I know y'all depend on the traffic. It's not my choice. Not entirely. I make the final call, but I'm beholden to the caravan members and their needs. And believe it or not, Bartow would be dropped already if I didn't know your mom a favor. I argued on your behalf. Yeah, I mean, it's still awfully grim, though, isn't it? For now, we're all on the same page here. It might not sound like it, kid, but I'm in your corner. My hands are tied with this. I want to see you succeed. Nothing about this situation is good, but Nadine probably isn't to blame. You thank her for the info, and she told us about some places and how to get there. We currently only have one card that doesn't have a circle on its left. I guess two if you count the accommodate. So we probably ought to pick up the ability to be a little bit less just like open-hearted all of the time. I think I'm going to drop us down to fewer of these double circles. Generating accords is useful and everything, but let's set out on the road. So, it's not a very long game, as you can see here. We need to, by the 31st, find 3 items to make the store reopening a success. Right now, we have no choice but to go with the caravan because we don't know anything about the route or the town. The towns out here. But that's fine. Pachenko seems like a nice place. A thriving arts community on the high plateau. Mom's oldest friend Isabella lives here. So each of these little yellow dots on the route represents one day that we spend in transit. We do need to watch that timer. The twisty canyon roads leading to Pachenko would send a green traveler in circles. A rundown vehicle has trouble with the last slope up to the plateau, but Nadine leaves no one behind. So Isabella's an old friend. I want to check in with Nadine first, though. It just feels like, you know, if she is in fact in our corner and everything, she might be able to give us the heads up about what's going on around here. Maybe point out some other people to talk to or something. Nadine contemplates a cast bronze sculpture of a frill-necked lizard whose head has been replaced with a man's vacant features. She rubs her chin for a while, chewing on some thoughts. You handle those steep hills and inclines well. The caravan's next stop will be Clifton, the market town. The road we take is prone to landslides. You ride close. If I can't see your truck, I can't protect you. Okay, listen, I'm not necessarily like... It's not that I'm not in the market for a maternal figure at this moment. Just getting a little borderline demanding. Let's go ahead and generate that accord here. Oh, actually, I guess that was only a... the conversation is over. It doesn't matter. Your mom, she had a lot of history here in Pachenko. Many friends, I believe. She always loved the licorice. You admire the sculpture with Nadine in companionable silence for a moment, imagining how Mom must have found herself in an identical situation many, many times over the years. I really love the art and the music, and this game is just very compelling to me. So now I think we have an interesting question. I wouldn't want to lose either of our triangle left cards or the accommodate, but do we maybe want to go back up to 4 double circles in exchange for losing one of these? It's so hard to know how other people are going to be. Right now we have, 5 cards that have a circle on the right, 4 that have a triangle, and then the accommodate. To be clear, we do not have the choice of not taking anything, but we can just, do this, where we replace a card with an identical thing, provided there is an identical thing to gain. Alright, well, let's have a chat with Miss Isabella here, then. Isabella keeps the door to her shop propped open, flooding Pachenko with the sweet scent of fresh licorice, caramels, and other sugary confections. Irresistible advertising. Oh, you're so far from home. When I saw you come in, for just a moment, I'd have sworn you were her, the very image. I wish I could have stayed around longer after her funeral. I can't get much time away from the shop, you know. Okay, I mean, she's predisposed to like us. It's easier to get along than to get into trouble in this conversation. Oh, she's got a clarify. Can be inserted between any valid match or just played normally. Inserting it like this, okay, it does still generate an accord. Good to know. I'm going to drop our other double circle so we can carry the accord into the next stage of the conversation. Ooh, or maybe that's not working that way. It was beautiful, her funeral. You did so well, scattering her ashes as the sun rose over the houses. Not a dry eye left in town that day. Yeah, no, we did lose our accord. Bummer. She chose Bartow. I knew her longer than anyone, and there's no place she'd rather rest. Okay, well, this feels pretty safe. Do you love licorice the way she did? I always saw her chewing on a rope like it was a stalk of wheat. Go on, have some. Take some for her store, too. Well, your store. You were never close with Isabella, but she always seemed kind to Mom. This could be a chance to become better friends, and sample some tasty candy. I think a thing that this game does that I really like is sort of... there's this sort of sweetness to it that I think is really cut by capitalist necessity underlying a lot of the interactions. Like, it's nice to make a friend, but also we need to make a business partner. And the way that like ulterior motive sort of dampens the emotionality of it, I think prevents it from becoming cloying. I think it's a really smart, really well measured design. I definitely want to take this Clarify over just, it is strictly better than just a normal double circle, right? Because we could play it like one, or we could do other stuff with it. And I guess it's already time to move on. So from here, we know about the road to Clifton. Just a couple more days. So every week that we're out on the road, we're going to gain a little bit of road fatigue. Fatigue is just bad news cards, and it is going to be one of the two main limiters of the amount of time we stay out. The other one, obviously, being the fact that we have to get the goods back to town to be able to sell them. The canyon town of Clifton has some incredible views of the long expanse. You gain fatigue over time as you travel. Returning home and unpacking your items will remove it. Fatigue cannot match with any symbols, but you can still, occasionally there are still uses for it. Our deck only being 10 cards, though, means that things get pretty rough as we pick up fatigue pretty quickly. Every turn down the streets of Clifton seems to reveal another mountain in the distance, another horizon. Nadine doesn't stop for sightseers, though. You watch for pedestrians as the caravan rolls downtown. Nope, never mind. Nadine is busy at the moment, helping someone replace a tire. We will not start with Nadine. We'll start with this person who looks familiar to us. You know his name, Ramir. He grew up in Bartow, traveled with the caravan, and turned from neighbor to visitor. He's sitting off the hood of a car the same way he used to sit off his porch way back in the day. First time with the caravan, ain't it? I hope your mom taught you the ropes. It's not easy out here. I remember my first time. Pachenko, Clifton, Bucamboro, a whirlwind of new experiences. Just keep your cool. The road to Bucamboro shreds a lot of tires. Don't panic if it all goes to hell. Okay, so we're learning about some destinations from other people, and this is quite unfortunate. I'm going to hold on to the circle cards because we know he has both circles and triangles. I'm hoping to be able to strike an accord, and we'll just lose one of these to the moment. Just listen for a moment. I'm trying to impart some words of wisdom to you here. You won't get anywhere out here if you don't learn how to listen. Yeah, this is exactly the kind of moment. Okay. Managed to get through that all right. He's probably a little bit less circle heavy than a lot of the people we know. Remember, everyone you meet out on the road is out here for a reason, and most won't tell you what it is. Don't believe every word that comes out of someone's mouth, even if they're nice. No, especially if they're nice. I always respected your mom. She thrived out here, completely in her element. A shark if I ever knew one. Just because she had friends on the road doesn't mean you do. You don't inherit connections. I mean, a little bit. Observe reveals the other person's hand. As far as I'm aware, the AI will always match with you if they can, so being able to see their cards is actually pretty helpful. We are going to throw one of these in there. Ooh, okay. We just narrowly managed the top deck. It took your mom years to build her network. It'll take you time too. I don't want to see you ruin what she made. So I mean, he's got that concern for us, but it's coming from a little bit of a different place, and it's just expressed a little bit differently is all. He seems worldly. You listen as he spins tales of his experiences on the road, taking his advice to heart. Okay, so the caravan is going to Bucamboro next. At some point in the not too distant future here, we are going to get the option to split off. I don't know what we'll do when that comes. I think for the moment, let's keep our symbol balance the same. Just pick up some cards that do some new things. And here's Klaus, just watching travelers walk past. And, you know, looking reasonably cool while doing so. Vendors in Clifton compete to make the grandest promises, delivered with the loudest, most tenacious voice. For every woe, there's a product that can fix it. Klaus, on the other hand, is quiet, barely audible beneath the crowds. Oh, you must be with that caravan. Hello to you, traveler. Safety in numbers, is that it? Very wise. I'm a humble peddler of roasted nuts. Don't you enjoy those, traveler? Who doesn't? Life's simple pleasures. Yeah, you seem trustworthy. I mean, we're almost at the end of this line. I think I'm going to hold on to the accommodate. There we go, because we did not have another card that had a triangle in our hand, so if she played double triangle, it could have gotten a little weird. But don't tell anyone. If everyone knew I sell roasted nuts, they'd buy them up. None left for you. We can share a secret, can't we? You and I. Just a little information, a mere factoid, kept safe between us. So this is the kind of thing where I'm thinking, like, maybe we don't so much go along with this. Maybe we crash this interaction out on purpose. I'm kind of curious what'll happen. Perhaps you might even trust me with your own secrets. You know so much about me, and I so little about you. Scandalous. I think I am gonna crash this interaction out. I think maybe we don't want to be Klaus's friend. Maybe I don't trust her. Especially given the warning that we were just given by Ramir, right? Do my wares not interest you? Perhaps I can yet change your mind. Yep, the fatigue pretty much guarantees a pair of failures. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. I'm not sure you understand what I mean. How dare I suspect Klaus might ever take responsibility for the miscommunication herself? I thought you had the look of a trustworthy person, but it appears I was mistaken. Yeah, I'm committing here. No roasted nuts. Very well. We must all pick our steps wisely in this world. You pass on whatever Klaus has on offer. Her sales pitch is too unusual, almost veiled, like a riddle. Well, I mean, she like very clearly stole those nuts or something, right? That's what's going on here. Do I want to gain a double triangle? I've never seen anybody do double triangle before. Might be an interesting addition to the repertoire, but also... I don't know. The balance we have right now seems pretty good for interacting with people in these parts. I think I'm just going to keep us the same for the moment. And Nadine is just not available to us at all. Okay, well, we'll maybe try to have words with her at Bukumboro. Huh, a simple detour. The bright, unobstructed sun over Clifton powers up the truck quicker than usual. Uninvited, Ramir opens her passenger side door and hops inside. What a rude man. I got a proposition. The caravan usually gets around to Anka last, but I got something to take care of there. So it would be really easy to blow this. And in fact, we already have. Yep, nothing that can be done about that. Forget about it. I'll go myself. I'm used to flying solo anyway. You try to convince Ramir that leaving the caravan is unsafe, but he's not hearing out a greenhorn. Ramir will travel on his own. So, as I remember it, Anka is, yeah, like way up here somewhere. If we had passed that interaction, I'm sure he would have told us how to get here. He would have told us about a route from Clifton to Anka. As it is, not much we can do except continue on. A dusty old stop left behind when the railroad broke down. And we get here just before picking up another fatigue. A red-tailed hawk perches on the dormant railroad tracks above Bukumboro, gulping down a lizard. The few vendors in town wait outside their stores, windows cleaned and sidewalks swept. They count on the caravan's arrival. Yeah, the caravan seems pretty crucial to the economy of the whole region. At a small table outside a store, Nadine whisks matcha in a tea bowl. Her motions are precise, not a single drop spills. Your presence feels intrusive, like you've interrupted some personal ritual. Still here? Your final stop in the route will be Aldhurst. Some call it scenic. I don't care for it. The road's in poor condition, more than most. Many travelers bypass Bukumboro, but I enjoy their matcha. Okay, we have to tread carefully in this interaction. Let's see if she's up to an accord. Alright, excellent news. Well, I think let's just ride it forward as far as we can then. Okay, easy enough. This place, Bukumboro, reminds me of Bartow. Do you find that to be an accurate assessment? You leave Nadine to sip her drink in peace. We got some information we needed, though. We did only see one card played that whole time. Let's have a chat with Matilda. Matilda's business resides in a low earth-colored house, the first floor converted into a storefront. Barrels line the walls, filled with fresh tea leaves whose scents compete for your attention. Hey, we've got a lucky duck over here. I just about sold out of my world-famous matcha. I grind the tea leaves up myself. Takes so long, but it's soothing, not tedious. Kind of like meditation. This is a little tricky. Okay, I was gonna say, we probably should try to pick up more cards that have triangle on the left side. Yep, because this kind of thing is gonna happen from time to time. Let's see if we can maybe follow up this failure with an immediate accord. Are you okay, love? You're holding an awful lot of tension in your shoulders. And those knots won't take care of themselves. Okay, good. Good start. You got some triangles and stuff, right? Alright, this is fine. I sourced the tea leaves from out near Aldhurst. Not enough shade around here. The sun is too brutal. You ever been out that way? I swear, they won the climate lottery. But the sea'll eat them first, so... That's just how it goes, huh? Pick up and move wherever's still habitable. Who knows when the groundwater will run out here. Yeah, it is tough all over. So, the accord will protect us on this one. And hopefully, there we go. We'll just generate a new accord. Ooh, she's got a reshuffle card. It's a shame she didn't play that. That's why I meditate, huh? Only peace I get from watching the world die around me. So, matcha? Come see me again and maybe I'll read your fortune. If you're lucky. Alright, Matilda promised to read your fortune if you return. And we've got some of her incredible smelling matcha. Just need to find one more thing out here on the road. And you know, I think I do want to pick up the double triangle card, but what do we want to lose for the capability? Do I drop a double circle? I mean, it keeps us at the same number of cards that are just... No, you know what? Let's drop one of these. Yeah. Just like very slowly tweaking our communication style, learning how to talk to people out on the road. And then we move on. Aldhurst, a scenic town known for its comfortable climate. So a thing that I do remember sort of vaguely about the last playthrough, the last series I did on this, is that I feel like I went pretty hard for triangles and squares. And so I was never able to figure out what was going on in Aldhurst because I did not have the diamond cards to really like get in with the people here. That might be a good thing for us to focus on this time. The central plaza bustles with families out enjoying the weather, weavers and rug makers in their open-air workshops, and old folks playing cravar in the shade. Bartow only gets a couple days a year this mild. I am absolutely always talking to Nadine first. She whistles for you to come over. Well, it would be rude to ignore it. Nadine, loading up her vehicle with pots of kimchi, whistles for your attention. It's hard to tell if the condescension is intentional or not. She does seem to think I am beneath her, for sure. So you made it. The caravan splits here. I don't take greenhorns out toward Old Moray. Too dangerous for your maiden voyage. Now, if you take the direct road back from here, you'll be fine. It's mostly downhill that direction. Scenic route, too. Yeah, but I feel like there's more to do. Let me see what you are holding. Okay, a lot of circles, it turns out. Sadly, we didn't have anything to match there, but we can at least form an accord after. It takes a lot to build trust with me. Actions speak louder than words, you know? Having kept the caravan going strong all these years by being soft. Okay. So they're all... Okay, she has another circle. We're going to have to hope that one of the two cards she has drawn has a triangle on its right side, though. Okay, that's fine. We know she can match this. Oh, Nadine, you're killing me. Okay, we can generate an accord to work with at the start of the next line. Is that supposed to impress me? It doesn't. Okay, at this point we know nothing about her hand. I'm just gonna keep trying real hard. Okay, really good. Potentially really good. This has room in it to be really good. Speaking of liabilities, have you seen Ramir? Lost him around Clifton. Hope he's not getting into too much trouble. Listen, out of respect for your mom, I'm going to tell you something I probably shouldn't. You ever heard of the Rilkers? They're practically royalty in Old Moray. Got ties all over the place. Their word's law, and they've threatened to shut the caravan out of Old Moray if I don't drop Bartow from the route. Now, I'm not one to bend so easily, but it does make things more complicated. Your store really needs to shine for the caravan to stand up to them. Yeah, okay, let's... It really, really hurts to have the damn fatigues in our hand. I think we'll just play this to generate more accord. This is a little awkward. Okay, but she has a triangle. But we don't have anything that matches that, so this conversation sadly is over in the bad way. Now, why this is happening now, I can't say. Could be your mom had some dirt on the Rilkers. Yeah, word is she had some run-ins with them in the past, and by all accounts, they're the type to hold grudges. And the timing could be better, but it's important you understand. Your mom, she was a complex woman. She had lots of opinions and made a habit of making waves wherever she went. Not the easiest person to travel with. You follow this caravan's path, the same one your mom took, and you're bound to learn some things about her. Some good, some not so much. shit. I don't much care for your attitude. If you have any hopes of joining us again next month, you better make some adjustments. Nadine gives you a hard stare. She loads up the last of her wares, then loudly knocks on the side of her truck twice, rounding up the rest of the caravan. So yeah, unfortunately, the fact is we just don't... We're a little too soft and a little bit thinking about the logistics of the situation, sort of the hard math of it, a little bit too little for her taste. And I am thinking of maybe dropping a circle for a triangle. Then again, I don't necessarily know that triangles are going to be all that useful with the other people in the area. I'm going to hold on to our composition for the moment. Because Tosudo doesn't necessarily want us to be speaking in triangles to him. The shelves in Tosudo's store rise almost 20 feet, filled with jars of colorful foods. He waves from a rolling ladder. The supply here could feed a small town for months. I'll pickle anything you can imagine here. Anything. Look at these shelves and call me a liar. Well... Congratulations, I guess? Okay, troublesome, but we can maybe push on this a little bit. Can you match your own diamond? Great. Wonderful work. Sadly... Carrots, cucumbers, if it fits in a jar, I'll pickle it. Doesn't it fit, and it doesn't fit in a jar, I'll make it fit. It's like a little ominous, right? Now, this wasn't my idea, believe it or not. Folks cried out, "Tosudo, sell those amazing pickles!" Alright, let's spend a card that has a triangle on the left of it if we're going to blow something here. Look, you can't know if you like it till you try it. Trying out new things is an important part of life. This is not ideal. Shit, we have so much triangle in our hand right now. You got something against pickles? I find that hard to believe. Okay, we can work with this a little bit. And now that we've generated an accord, it's possible for us to just, like, triangle, circle. Are you mostly... Ooh. Let's extend the accord and hope that he does the same. The other thing I'm thinking about is playing a card with a triangle on the left side here, because it won't actually harm anything at this point. And then hopefully he allows us to establish the accord again on the other side of it. I think I am going to do that. I want to try to get some of these bad cards out of my deck. Ooh, okay, well that's a worse card for sure. We do get to start the next round with an accord, at least. And who am I to refuse adoring fans? I'm just giving people what they want. Now I've perfected dozens of flavors. We're close. You know, I came up from nothing. Nothing to my name but a cucumber, a little vinegar, and a dream. Look at me now. Alright. Generate the accord. And then... well, that's the end of that, right? Because we're going to place something, it's going to crash back to here, and then he's not going to be able to match the triangle. Yep, we got too many triangles to deal with anybody but Nadine, and not enough triangles to deal with her. What's this I hear about an old man becoming a pickle? Preposterous. Please, no such nonsense in my shop. Maybe I attempted a charming colloquialism on him, or perhaps just a joke. Tosudo pulls out some jars that look like they belong in a circus instead of a store, and it turns you off the whole ordeal. Well, that's very problematic. I am inclined to take on a card that has a diamond on it, give people something to match off of. I'm really debating between these two. You know what? If we're going to go for it, let's go for it. And I'm just going to replace the triangle card. can't get along with Nadine anyway. She told us to go home, but we don't have enough stuff for the reopening of the store, so... Oh, she didn't tell me how to get here either. Well, this is very bad news. So yeah, there's nobody around who wants to talk to us. And we only have 2 items, and I guess that's just gonna be what it is. That's very unfortunate. The good news is, getting back home lets us clear all of our fatigue. Coming home to Bartow. Interesting. Coming home to Bartow after time away feels strange, like someone rearranged your bedroom while you slept. All the same pieces are still here, mostly, but what's different and what's misremembered, there's no telling. So this stranger, we're basically no chance of having a successful interaction, but we might be able to pick up another diamond card. We could learn something from him that'll help us on the road later. Let's talk to Elias first. We don't want to pick up that card before this interaction, probably. Best friends forever, you always said. A little ominous there. You find Elias at home, sitting on the floor, surrounded by craft materials. Glue, markers, cardstock, thin polystyrene sheets. He looks exhausted. Hey, look who made it back in one piece. While you were gone, I made something you can stock in the store. Bartow key rings. People love souvenirs. I thought you'd have more stuff for the store by now. Well, good thing I've got your back. They'll make good mementos to help travelers remember Bartow. You don't owe me this time. Unless they're really popular. Oh, and you won't believe what else I found while you were gone. Check it out, your mom's old locket. Yeesh. Okay, well... Alright. It's got a couple of triangles. We can still get along here. We've got a lot of opportunities to not screw this up. Don't worry, I won't get upset with you for taking it this time. In fact, I think you should. A good luck charm of your own. You might need it on the road. Yeah, it seems like I might. Anyway, how was the caravan? Did Nadine say anything else about Bartow or your mom? You didn't have to break the news to anyone, did you? I bet rumors probably spread fast on the road. Okay, we are running a little bit thin on work here. Yep, you didn't have anything. And that's a really bad card for you to have played in this moment. I'm sorry, I'm just tired from making all these key rings. Yep, and then I'm going to crash the conversation again. Jeez, what's your deal? I'm just trying to help. Okay. Whew. A little bit of protection for the next stage of the conversation. You managed to get Nadine to tell you more. That's impressive. You're a natural. I wonder what the Rilkers have got to do with your mom. They've got ties all over the place from what I hear. No wonder they're able to pressure the caravan. I gotta say, Nadine kinda intimidates me, but maybe there's more to her than meets the eye. Okay, well, let's just keep it rolling for the moment here. There we go, we're putting the skills we learned from Elias to good use. I guess you have to be tough to make it out there on the road, kinda like your mom was. Sounds like they butted heads. I'm still not sure I trust Nadine. Rilkers or no Rilkers, it'd be real bad for lots of good people if the caravan stopped coming here. We gotta keep the store doing well, so there's no excuse for them to drop Bartow from the route. Okay, well, maybe he can play off of this, and we can just draw something good. Okay, ooh, that got a little close. It was like 4 dead cards that we had no way to do anything about. Whatever. I won't make a fuss when Nadine comes around. Maybe. But she's not some authority on your mom. Elias is bursting with excitement over the store. Hopefully these key rings will be a hit. Everyone has keys, right? It's just a fact of life. And also, we got Mom's old locket. I do think picking up another accommodate's probably a really good idea. And I think I'm good to just replace double circle with it. Accommodate's very powerful. Granted, sometimes people play like a circle triangle on you and an accommodate would actually be really bad, but... So, a stranger slicing an apple with a pocket knife. Perhaps you shouldn't talk to him, and yet, here we go. Folks often pass through Bartow and stop at an attraction or two, but they never stick around. Yet this stranger's been here for weeks, smoking cigarettes, spitting sunflower seeds, always in the outskirts. What goes through the crow's mind when there's no food for miles? Is this a riddle? Curses. Alright, well if I put this down, he might theoretically maybe match with it. There's no way we're gonna generate 3 white, though. You sure about that now? I was kind of hoping he would play a double diamond that we could pick up. You got a lot of nerve. He nods at you knowingly. You're not sure what to make of this exchange. I don't really want either of these, but we actually don't have the choice of not taking them, so... If we're planning on going to places where there are diamonds, if we generate an accord, this can at least be useful when played after the accord because it leaves a diamond hanging for somebody to match with. And I think I'm gonna drop a circle triangle for it. I think that's the least harmful card in our deck to lose. And then we press this button to unpack the truck and rest up. Welcome home. When everything's unpacked, let's hang out. Well, that didn't take very long, and technically we got 3 goods to sell. Oof, all that road fatigue burns off. You and Elias catch up, picking up right where you left off. You tell him about your first time in the quaint town of Aldhurst. He tells you how proud he is that the store's grand reopening was a success, praising you for stocking an impressive 3 items. Will it be enough for the caravan to stand up to the Rilkers? Well, everything's sold out. The skateboarding teen was excited to find licorice in stock, his favorite treat. A man wearing a hat and sunglasses bought a Bartow keyring, praising the artistry in a deep voice. The solar technician waxed poetic about the sun in Clifton while picking up his groceries, and told us about the road from home to Clifton. Okay, that's useful information. So stocking different goods can help you get different pieces of info. That's very interesting. Rohit, a new face with the caravan, preparing for the road. But you know what? I think maybe this is where we're going to call it for today. I think that's it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching, for coming on these little journeys with me. For now, my plan is to do 1 journey each episode, roughly each day, until we've brought some kind of closure to this story, and hopefully the next one's going to go a little bit more smoothly than that one did. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.